Thanks, Morinzi. We start our first and major topic for this day, talking about leaders of the Ambazonian Republic that finally met with lawyers and equally family members. On the 6th of 2018, the chairman of the Governing Council of the Ambazonian Republic, Ayuk Tabe Julius Sisiku, and 46 others were deported from the Federal Republic of Nigeria to Cameroon. Since then, the regime of President Pobia, in 7 months, they have never accepted for these detainees to meet their family members and the equally lawyers. But this week, the lawyers were able to meet these detainees. We have one of them here in the studio. We have Barrister Frujon. So thank you once again for coming. We must say we are privileged to have you here today, just coming from Yaoundé. You have not reached your house. Thank you for being here once again. Can you explain to us how lawyers succeeded to meet these detainees?
Before I answer that question, let me make some correction here. Only the 10 leaders are inside. The other 37, we don't know where they are, whether 30 are many, 37. Nobody knows where they are. I want to tell you that we are still building the defense team. And some of us, or some of our colleagues, have seen the leaders. They assisted them during interrogation, and the interrogation is still going on. So we'll continue next week. What I can say is that the legal team that has been constituted now, which is not yet complete, does not have any francophone lawyer yet. That's not to say that they will not come in. Because I made this statement because I saw a newsreel on the Kinox when they were interviewing a colleague of mine who is Maitre Asira. And as far as I know, Maitre Asira up to now is not part of that defense team. And I want to say here that he has not seen the leaders. And secondly, Muna up to now do not constitute part of that legal team. That doesn't mean that anybody is excluded. We are still building the legal team. The legal team will be built. When it's built and it's complete, we will make it public. And secondly, we have not, those of us who are already in the legal team, we have not authorized anybody to make a direct statement concerning the defense of the leaders. Because I also heard on that same newsreel yesterday, 6 p.m., that they were pleading that the interrogation should finish quickly and be sent to court, to the military tribunal. Any lawyer who hurries that an investigation should finish and be sent to court is indicating that there's a case to answer by his clients. We of the legal team up to now, we believe that there's no case to answer. And if anybody goes to the press on behalf of the defense team and starts talking about sending the case to the military tribunal, it engages only him and him alone, and we don't take responsibility. Secondly, the procedure has just started. We are at the level of interrogation. From level of interrogation, the file will go to the Commissary Gouvernement. And it's only there that determination will be made whether there's a case to answer or not. For a lawyer to stand and say that they should hurry and send the case to the military tribunal, I don't understand that. And who is he? He represents who? Who briefed him? And as far as the defense is concerned, and I'm part of that defense team, nobody, including me sitting here, has been authorized to say anything on behalf of the defense.
Thank you very much, Barrister. Many of people that are watching us now, they are tuned in to get the first-hand information from you. You just mentioned something there that we Cameroonians know that 47 leaders were deported from Nigeria to Cameroon.
Yes.
But you mentioned that you made just 10. Where can we see the other 37 have been detained?
That's a question blowing in the air. I don't know. I am telling you the facts, that only 10 that some of us met, and there have been some of us have been assisting them during the interrogation, are found inside. The others, we don't have any information about them. And those 10 are the leaders who were kidnapped and adopted from Naira Hotel in Abuja. Those are the only ones that are inside. The others, I don't know where they are.
Barrister, you are a lawyer, not a medical doctor, but when you look at the 10 detainees, what can you say about their health?
You have just answered the question by yourself. I'm not a doctor.
But
if I can answer you, I would say that if you have been held incommunicado for 7 months running and counting, how would you look? How would you look?
I asked this question because
they are living.
Yep.
The good part is that we can now confidently say that they are alive. We can now confidently declare that they are alive. As to their health situation, I cannot tell you what is happening to their health, but seeing them, some have lost weight, some are looking okay, but only doctors can determine that.
Because the Minister of Territorial Administration, Paul Atanganjo, on several occasions, has mentioned that all the detainees are put on weight, meaning they are living well. Do you contradict such?
I will strongly contradict that man that I don't consider him a minister of this country. Whatever he does, he's a rogue, and he makes declarations that he cannot even sustain them. Those declarations, I've read them, I heard them, and I can tell you that that is a devil. It's not a human being. You have not seen anybody and you conclude that they are healthy, they have gained weight, and so on. Where did he see them? Unless you're telling me that every day they open the cells and the Tanganji goes in there to find out if his guinea pigs are still alive. Look, I don't like to talk about this man because my partner defended him in this Douala and was sentenced to prison in New Bel. And I know that this country is bigger than that to have an ex-convict as the Minister of Interior.
Barrister, we are not talking about.
I don't want to get into that debate.
I'll permit other panelists to react, but just to find out from you after the meeting with these 10 detainees, that is
I said some of us met.
Some of you met.
Yes.
Now, what should be the
particularly
next step?
our colleagues in Yaoundé.
Yeah. What is the next step after?
The next step is that when they finish with the interrogation, which will take another 2 or 3 weeks, because we are back to Yaoundé next week. We will take another. Our colleagues, the Yaoundé colleagues, are on the ground. Okay. And when they finish the interrogation, the next step is that the file goes to Commissaire de Gouvernement, who will make a determination whether there's a case to answer or not. Until then, nobody is allowed to make a statement on behalf of the defense.
Thank you very much. Barrister, so you met 10 of those detained. What is their perception as far as the Anglophone crisis is concerned, 7 months after they have been under detention?
I am not here to divulge anything that an accused person will say or has to say. What I'm here to say is that the leaders are alive. A defense is being constituted, and this is, let me underscore what I said. No lawyer, no lawyer, because the members of that defense team are known. For now, the ones that are on now, but we're still building it, no lawyer out of that team is authorized to make any declaration on behalf of the defense to the press. I am making this, I am sending this out so that all lawyers in Cameroon should hear me. That defense is still being constituted, and nobody is allowed to say anything about that defense. Therefore, I'm not going to answer any question as to whether what are the accused persons saying, what is this person saying? No, because I now form part of the defense team.
Okay, thank you very much. The lawyers have been able to meet some of those detained. What can you tell us about family members? Have they been able to meet
some family members have met some of the detainees? Yes.
People would like to know more about perhaps their feeding, how they fed, something like that.
From information that we got, they are being fed. The quality of feeding, we don't know, but they are being fed. Just like any prisoners have been fed in New Bell. What do you expect? If they bring you corn and beans, you will refuse to eat and die? Because since for 7 months, no family member has been able to give them something good to eat. I cannot say that what they are giving them is bad. Neither can I say it's good because I don't know. I've not tested.
Okay. Now, given that the family members have been able to meet them now, would they be permitted to give them foods, perhaps?
No, not for now, not yet. But I suppose that as the time goes on, there will be. Since the defense is being constituted, that is one of the things we'll be taking up. The family members must be allowed somehow, since they are not yet sentenced, to take care of their people who are in detention.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'd like to say that from the reports we got, I've told you that some of us have met all of them. I'm not going to tell you whether I was part of them or not.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you that some of us have met part of them. And from what we know, our leader is in good spirit and is fine. But only a doctor can determine that.
Only a doctor. But earlier on, when we were discussing before coming on, you mentioned something about when you met them, their dressing.
I will not discuss that.
Oh, okay.
It is against the law to discuss anything about them.
Okay. Thank you very much.